found him bleeding by the chapel stairs, with a Bible torn and unanswered prayers. The preacher said his soul is gone, but the dead man's boots kept marching on. He had ash in his beard and blood on his sleeve, a heart too mean for the grave to keep. When he crossed that town in the cold moonlight, even the angels locked the gates up tight. They said hell had called him by his name, but hell spit him back through smoke and flame. Then heaven turned and the black bell shake, for the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. He was the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. Hell couldn't hold him, death couldn't break. He rose from fire with a loaded fate. The outlaw heaven wouldn't take. No prayer could clean him, no grave could make him stay. He came back burning like judgment on the way. The sheriff said you best stand down, but his voice went weak when the smoke came round. The judge hid low behind courthouse wood, while the outlaw smiled like thunder would. He said, I ain't here for your mercy line, I came for the truth you buried with mine. You sold my soul for a rich man's plate, now I'm what heaven wouldn't take. The lanterns cracked, the horses screamed, the devil woke from a whiskey dream, and the whole West knew when the black door shake. He was the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. He was the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. Hell couldn't hold him, death couldn't break. He rose from fire with a loaded fate. The outlaw heaven wouldn't take. No prayer could clean him, no grave could make him stay. He came back burning like judgment on the way. I knocked on heaven, they knew my face. They said, son, you're carrying too much smoke for this place. So I turned back west, where the bad men sleep, and gave hell a reason to pray for peace. No white gate, no saving light, just black dust rising in the dead of night. The outlaw heaven wouldn't take. No prayer could clean him, no grave could make him stay. He came back burning like judgment on the way. He was smoke on the altar, a curse in the rain, a dead man walking with a living flame. When the chapel doors tremble and the red skies wake, don't pray for the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. church and a bullet wall. The barroom clock struck 13 times when he walked in wearing other men's crimes. He had a coat made black by flame and a widow's curse tattooed with his name. The piano man quit halfway through when that outlaw said, "I'm looking for you." They said the devil owned this ground till that black hat rider came around, and the well went dry and the moon fell down, and by sunrise the devil left town. The devil left town when the dead man came, with a fist full of thunder and a mouth full of flame. No chain could bind him, no grave held him down. Hell lost its nerve and the devil left town. The mayor hid gold in a cedar chest. The judge wore lies like a Sunday vest. The sheriff said, "Boy, you best move on," but his pistol shook like a sinner's song. The outlaw laughed with a cold black grin, said, "I ain't here for where I've been. I'm here for every soul you sold, and the names you carved into desert stone." The lamps blew out, the windows cried, the holy men had no place to hide. And deep below that cursed old ground, the devil packed up and left that town. The devil left town when the dead man came, with a fist full of thunder and a mouth full of flame. No chain could bind him, no grave held him down. Hell lost its nerve and the devil left town. I knocked on hell's door. Nobody answered. I kicked it in. The devil was standing there, counting the souls of cowards. I told him, "You missed one." I don't need saving. I don't need ground. I came back breathing, and the devil left town. Tucked low past the blackened chapel and the gallows pole. No prayer could stop him, no law made a sound. One outlaw rose and the devil left town. If you hear boots walking where the dead sleep deep, don't call the devil, he already left that street. guys and 4 false friends. The river ran cold till the midnight hour. Then the whole damn stream turned red with power. A hand broke through where the water boiled, with grave mud thick and a soul unspoiled. The moon went blind, the cattails shook, and the devil closed his ledger book. They thought the water washed him clean, thought no dead man could haunt that scene. But the bank split wide and the bridge got higher when the river turned to fire. The river turned to fire when the outlaw rose, with smoke in his breath and hell in his clothes. No flood could drown him, no grave cut deeper. The west started burning when the river turned to fire. He walked to town with the water steaming. Every guilty man started dreaming. The sheriff said, I saw him die, but his voice cracked dry as the desert sky. He said, you let that river take my name, then toasted loud to a coward's game. Now every drop that touched my skin has come back burning for your sin. The ferry sank, the mill wheel stopped, the church bell fell from the steeple top, and far below where the dead men tire, the river kept rolling fire. The river turned to fire when the outlaw rose, with smoke in his breath and hell in his clothes. No flood could drown him, no grave cut deeper. The west started burning when the river turned to fire. Water took my breath, mud took my face, but it couldn't take the rage they left in that place. So I learned to breathe flame underneath the flood, and I came back rising through fire and blood. Black water screaming, red banks higher. I came back alive when the river turned to fire. Smoke in his breath and hell in his clothes. No flood could drown him, no grave cut deeper. The west started burning when the river turned to fire. The river turned to fire, and the guilty learn why. Some men don't drown, they come back from the sky. If you cross that bridge when the black waters rise, don't look down below. That river still burns alive. the sheriff's line, a preacher's cross. The widow screamed, the wind went dry, and the sun turned black in the western sky. 6 bad men put dirt on top, then rode away before the graveyard stopped. But under that ground something woke, with a growl like fire and a mouth full of smoke. The coffin cracked when the lightning came. Every nail screamed out his name. Then the town heard a sound from the ground way under, like a coffin full of thunder. Coffin full of thunder, grave full of flame. Dead man rising with a debt to claim. Hell tried to take him, but hell went under. You can't keep down a coffin full of thunder. He walked through town with a shadow wide, black dirt falling from his coat outside. The gamblers froze, the whiskey spilled, and every guilty man went still. He said, you dug me deep, but not deep enough. You prayed real loud, but your prayers got stuck. Now I'm back where the sinners hide, with the storm I brought from the other side. The jailhouse shook, the gallows bent. The devil asked, where is Outlaw went? And the sky split wide with a roar and a shudder, from a coffin full of thunder. Coffin full of thunder, grave full of flame. Dead man rising with a debt to claim. Hell tried to take him, but hell went under. You can't keep down a coffin full of thunder. I heard the dirt fall, I heard the prayers fade, I heard the cowards laughing at the grave they made. But death ain't final when vengeance still breathes. So I kicked through the darkness and brought the storm with me. Wood split wide, nails gave way. I came back storming from Judgment Day. And the church bells break. Don't sleep too close to a dead man's grave. Smoke from the gallows climbed the sky, where the black rope swung and the vultures cried. They said his boots would never touch ground, but the whole town shook when the smoke came down. His coat was burned, his jaw was split, but his eyes still carried a funeral lit. The hangman ran with a mouth gone dry when the dead man opened his one good eye. The preacher dropped his book in fear. The sheriff whispered, "He can't be here," but the rope still smoked and the crowd stepped back when the outlaw rose from the gallows black. Smoke from the gallows, fire in the sand, a dead man walking with judgment in his hand. No mercy left, no holy ground, when the smoke from the gallows comes rolling down. In a Sunday suit, the judge drank blood from a silver boot. They watched him swing for the crimes they made, then prayed real loud while his mother prayed. He said, "I heard her crying through the dirt. I heard every laugh, I felt every hurt. Now every soul that bought my rope will learn what rises when you bury hope." The red moon bled on the courthouse stones. The devil counted every bone, but the west went still when the sky turned brown and the smoke from the gallows came rolling down. The smoke from the gallows, fire in the sand, a dead man walking with judgment in his hand. No mercy left, no holy ground, when the smoke from the gallows comes rolling down. They tied the rope, they read the law. They smiled like wolves at the last breath I saw. But smoke remembers, ash has teeth, and every wrong man standing will answer underneath. Burn that rope, break that crown. I rose up black when the smoke came down. From the gallows comes rolling down. Smoke from the gallows, black in the rain. One outlaw rising with a thunder name. If the rope starts swinging and the night turns red, don't look to the gallows, look for the preacher's floor. The candles shook, the rafters cried when he walked back in from the other side. He had black dust under both his eyes, and a mouth full of truth and a heart full of knives. The town said, Lord, that man should be dead, but he only grinned and bowed his head. They buried him low by the sinner's tree with a rusted chain and no mercy. But the grave split wide when the storm rolled in, and he came back wearing unforgiven skin. There's blood on the chapel door, fire on the floor. The man they killed ain't dead no more. He came for the liars, he came for the score. Hell started praying at the blood on the chapel door. The judge was hiding in a bottle of gin. The sheriff's hand shook under his skin. The choir ran when the windows cracked, and the devil himself took one step back. He said, I ain't here for a holy fight. I'm here for the truth that you buried that night. You sold my name for a handful of gold. Now I've come back for the soul you sold. The thunder hit, the lanterns died, and the sinners moaned open wide. The outlaw laughed as the heavens roared, with blood still drying on the chapel door. There's blood on the chapel door, fire on the floor. The man they killed ain't dead no more. He came for the liars, he came for the score. Hell started praying at the blood on the chapel door. I heard them sing while they dug my grave. I heard them lie while they called it faith. But a man don't stay buried when the truth is still breathing. And I got a sermon tonight that even the devil believes in. Raise no hymn, ring no bell. I walked through death, and I brought back hell. Chapel door, the smoke in the rafters, sin in the rain, a black coat, preachers screaming his name. He came for the liars, he came for the score, and heaven went silent at the blood on the chapel door. So lock up the church when the red moon climbs, and don't make a deal with the dead man's time. If the floor starts shaking, you'll know what for. There's blood on the chapel door. his name in a tombstone white by lantern flame on a moonless night. The sheriff smiled, the judge drank rye, said let that outlaw rot and dry. But the stone got hot when the black wind came, let us burn with a living flame. The graveyard shook, the ravens flew, and every lie there knew the truth. The preacher cried, that stone's on fire. The devil leaned from a dead church spire. Then a boot broke ground and the night rose high from a tombstone made of fire. Tombstone made of fire, name burned in the clay. Dead man rising where the sinners had to pay. No grave can hide him, no law can deny him. The West learned fear from a tombstone made of fire. Mercy town with black smoke rolling off his crown. The men who swore his soul was gone saw hell itself come walking on. He said, you put my name beneath the dirt, then praise the Lord while my mother hurt. Now every lie that built this town gets burned tonight to the gravel ground. The saloon door slammed, the whiskey hissed, the hangman crossed himself and missed. And somewhere deep in the devil's choir they sang of a tombstone made of fire. Tombstone made of fire, name burned in the clay. Dead man rising where the sinners had to pay. No grave can hide him, no law can deny him. The West learned fear from a tombstone made of fire. They gave me a stone, they gave me a date, they gave me 6 feet and called it fate. But fire don't read tombstones, fire don't obey, and a wrong man's name can burn its own way. Stone split open, flame climbed higher. I wrote my truth on a tombstone made of fire. Tombstone made of fire, name burned in the clay. Dead man rising where the sinners had to pay. No grave can hide him, no law can deny him. The West learned fear from a tombstone made of fire. Tombstone made of fire, smoke in every name. One outlaw walking through the devil's flame. When the graveyard glows and the black winds conspire, fire. They left him cold by the canyon wall, with a bullet mark in the gambler's call. Put 2 coins on his tired eyes, then toasted loud to a dead man's lies. But midnight came with a cold black wind, and the earth split wide where they buried him. A hand rose up through the desert sand, with fire in the dead man's hand. The bar went quiet, the whiskey sour, the town clock froze at the devil's hour. Then a voice outside made the brave men stand. There's fire in the dead man's hand. Fire in the dead man's hand. Judgment walking through the land. He burned his name in the sinner's sand. Fire in the dead man's hand. No chain, no grave, no 6-foot plan. Hell paid attention to the fire in the dead man's hand. The banker hid in the upstairs room with stolen deeds and a silver spoon. The judge kept praying to a cracked white wall, but mercy never came at all. He kicked the door with a thunder sound, said, everybody here knows what went down. You sold my blood for a piece of land. Now answer to the fire in a dead man's hand. The stained glass broke, the lanterns cried, the preacher ran, and the saints all lied, and the devil watched from the black ridge span, afraid of the fire in the dead man's hand. Fire in the dead man's hand. Judgment walking through the land. He burned his name in the sinner's sand. Fire in the dead man's hand. No chain, no grave, no 6-foot plan. Hell paid attention to the fire in the dead man's hand. They thought death was a door that only opened one way. They thought dirt was the end of what a wrong man could say. But I woke up below with my heart still damned, and God help the guilty when fire finds a hand. I don't want silver, I don't want land, I want truth burning in the dead man's hand. No chain, no grave, no 6-foot plan. at the devil's door. When the red dust rises and the church bells slam, you'll know who's coming. Fire in the dead man's hand. Like a death knock at a sinner's door. The whole room froze when he stepped inside, with a burned black coat and a dead man's stride. He had smoke in his lungs and a scar on his jaw, a Bible verse and a broken law. The bartender whispered, "Lord, he's back," and the candles died down to black. They put him down by the canyon wall, swore no man could rise from that fall. But the grave shook loose and the dirt split wide when his rusted spurs came alive. Rusted spurs at midnight, fire walking through the dust. Dead men don't come easy, but vengeance always does. He don't beg, he don't bleed, he don't run from a fight. Hell heard him coming with rusted spurs at midnight. The sheriff reached for a trembling gun, said, "Boy, your living days are done." The outlaw smiled with a graveyard grin, said, "I died once, I won't die again." The floorboards cracked under every step. The guilty men held their final breath. He said, "You buried truth beneath red clay. Now I'm here to drag it back today." The moon went low, the coyotes cried. The devil watched with bloodshot eyes, and through the smoke of a barroom fight came rusted spurs at midnight. Rusted spurs at midnight, fire walking through the dust. Dead men don't come easy, but vengeance always does. He don't beg, he don't bleed, he don't run from a fight. Hell heard him coming with rusted spurs at midnight. I heard the dirt close over me. I heard them laugh above my grave. But the West don't forget blood, and the dead don't forgive cowards. So I sharpened my name in the dark and walked back wearing thunder. No cross could save them, no bell could hide. I came back walking from the other side. spurs at midnight. Rusted spurs at midnight. Blood on the floor. One last shadow at the devil's door. When the saloon goes silent and the black lamps die, listen for the iron where dead men ride. Cross, so there's one more sinner lost. The red dirt on his broken chest, then rode back home like men at rest. But the ground got hot when the midnight came, and the stone cracked wide around his name. A black crow screamed from the chapel frame, like hell itself had lost the game. The preacher whispered, Lord, have mercy. The sheriff reached for his gun too late. Then a boot hit dirt from 6 feet under, and the devil locked his gate. Hell couldn't hold his name. Fire couldn't own his soul. He came back meaner than thunder, with a heart made out of coal. No grave, no chain, no sinner's flame. The devil bowed his head in shame. Hell couldn't hold his name. He walked through town with a preacher's stare, smoke in his coat and blood in his hair. The men sold him for a sack of gold, felt their prayers turn dead and cold. He said, I ain't here to beg or bleed, I'm here to collect what belongs to me. You buried a man, but you raised a storm. Now every liar here gets warned. The window shook, the bar lights died, the whiskey burned and the cowards cried. When he carved his truth in the courthouse frame, the West remembered his name. Hell couldn't hold his name. Fire couldn't own his soul. He came back meaner than thunder, with a heart made out of coal. No grave, no chain, no sinner's flame. The devil bowed his head in shame. Hell couldn't hold his name. I heard them laughing when the dirt fell. I heard every lie they told. But down there in the dark, something older than fear woke up. And when hell asked for my name, I gave it theirs. I rose with smoke, I came with blame. I burned through death and kept my name. Hell couldn't hold his name. wrapped in flame. A dead man walking westward with judgment in his veins. When the desert wind starts screaming and the chapel bells complain, don't speak too loud after midnight. Hell couldn't hold his name. Preacher's twine underneath a blood-red sign. The hangman stood with shaking hands while the outlaw smiled across the sand. He had a scar from a bullet's kiss and a name that lived on a devil's list. The crowd went cold when he raised his head, like a man who'd already made peace with the dead. They said, "Any last words before you swing?" He said, "Tell hell I ain't wearing its ring." Then the sky cracked wide and the church bells cursed when the hangman dropped down and prayed first. The hangman prayed first. When the black robe burned, the dead dust rose, and the whole town learned, you don't bury fire, you don't chain the cursed. When the outlaw left, the hangman prayed first. Snapped hard like a thunderbone, and he hit the ground like judgment stone. The sheriff ran with a silver gun, but the outlaw stood where shadows run. He said, "I was sold for a rich man's lie, left for the buzzards and the desert sky. Now I'm back with a debt to claim, and I brought a little hellfire wearing my name." The moon went black, the lanterns failed, the sinners screamed and the righteous paled. And somewhere deep where the demons thirst, the devil heard that hangman pray first. The hangman prayed first. When the black robe burned, the dead dust rose, and the whole town learned, you don't bury fire, you don't chain the cursed. When the outlaw left, the hangman prayed first. I ain't afraid of rope, I ain't afraid of flame. I've had death call me brother, and hell speak my name. But when a guilty man prays, he don't pray to be saved, he prays the thing he buried don't climb out of the grave. I came from dirt, I came from thirst, I saw fear kneel when the hangman prayed first. When the outlaw laughed, the hangman prayed first. He was smoke on the gallows, a stone in the dirt, a Bible full of bullets, a soul that wouldn't hurt. You don't bury fire, you don't chain the cursed. When the outlaw rose, the hangman prayed first. So when the rope starts swaying and the red moon comes down, don't stand too close to that judgment ground. Tavern wall with a knife and a preacher's call. Said he owed blood, said he owed sin, said no man rides out clean again. He came back wearing a coal black vest with a burn mark carved across his chest. Laid one coin on the barroom wood, said that's all I owe, and I paid it good. The judge went pale, the sheriff froze, the candle flames bent down low, and the dead man smiled and the room went wet with the cold hard weight of a dead man's dead. Dead man's dead, paid in fire, black smoke rising from the liar's choir. No grave, no rope, no last regret. Hell keeps counting on a dead man's debt. He rode through rain that smelled like rust, past a chapel drowned in desert dust. Every name that had done him wrong was beaten inside like a war drum song. He said, I ain't here to beg for grace, I came to put fear in a guilty face. You sold my soul for a banker's breath, now you answer to a debt past death. The piano cracked, the whiskey spilled, every brave man lost his will, and the devil leaned from the black sunset just to witness that dead man's dead. Dead man's dead, paid in fire, black smoke rising from the liar's choir. No grave, no rope, no dead man's dead. I heard every coin hit the table. I heard every coward say my name. But when a man is buried with unfinished fire, the dirt becomes a doorway. And tonight, I came to settle the bill. Ash in my mouth, smoke in my breath. I came back living on a dead man's debt. Payment at the devil's door. When the last bell breaks and the black roads sweat, lock your sins up tight. Here comes a dead man's debt.